Hello everyone, Noto Addiction speaking here, and in today's video we're going to discuss one of the craziest gambling stories I've ever heard. If you're new here or you already been here, go and click that like button, go ahead and comment, go ahead and subscribe, click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I make a video. And without further ado, let's go and get into this topic. So I've come across this gambling story it's really something else, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna go and show you guys the clip, and then I'm gonna come back and talk about it.
Hi guys, my name's Harry. I'm a gambling addict in recovery. I'm 25 years old. I've been an addict since I was 18. I started out when I was 17 going to the pub, as Rebecca said, after starting my apprenticeship, and going to the pub and just with the older boys and playing pokies, only small bets, which then the day I turned 18 I downloaded my first online bookmaker and I was offered a deposit match on the first one I got. Within a month or so I was hooked. I was losing everything I was earning. I've lost over $400,000 in the last 7 years due to my addiction, and I've probably been offered, I don't know, over $100,000 in deposit matches and bonus bets. I've withdrawn $10,000 of my super when the super thing came out because I didn't think I'd have a future. I had a $17,000 loan for a ute that I had, which I sold, and I spent a lot on the horses in one day. I've owed money on that loan for the last 5 years, constantly going on to default, not paying it back, spending all the money on the punt, spending every single cent I've earned on the punt. I've borrowed money, stolen money, not paid money back to punt. I've been to rehab for my gambling. I spent the whole of the 2021 Christmas holidays in a rehab in Sydney due to my gambling, and I'm only just starting to get good now. So I'd like the ads for gambling to be taken away off TV, because I can't watch the football on free air anymore without getting the urge to gamble. I feel like innocent young men are getting attacked, are getting roped in to try and get them on to gamble, and I don't think that there's enough regulations and help out there for people that may be struggling.
So looking at this and seeing the sorrow and embarrassment he has in his eyes, seeing how he feels so bad about what he's done, feeling so regretful, he's feeling all the pain that he's been through, dealing with that roller coaster of emotions, dealing with this addiction, fighting with this addiction, to the point where he just gambled away just so much money, gambled away just so much stuff, to the point where he just don't even know where to turn. Got to the point where he was gambling with owed money, stolen money, to the point where he even had to reach out to rehabilitation. See, when you look at stuff like this, people just be like, dang, how can you do that? How can you do that? People don't never understand that what that person's going through. That person has absolutely nowhere to turn right now. That person has nowhere to really voice his frustration, usually battle this type of addiction by themselves. And it's just sad. He said he couldn't even watch a football game without being bombarded by all the advertisements from gambling, all the betting advertisements. He wants to reach out to the younger generation, as I do as well, to help them from always being subjected to this type of thing, subjected to always having to have these types of things in their face all the time. Just It's almost like they're forcing them to indulge, forcing them to just be like, look at this shiny object, look what you can win. And seeing that what he's been through, a lot of people he just don't want them to go through it in the younger generation. And I understand that as well. Because if anybody knows it, I know it. What kind of roller coaster of emotions this is. Man said he's lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you could just see it in his face. All the regret, all the sorrow, all this going on, like all the mistakes he's made, all the bad things he's done to facilitate, to keep this addiction going, to power this addiction, to keep being able to indulge. Because once a person has an addiction like this, you have to have something to be able to keep it going. And that thing to keep it going might end up being sinister. Might be something that end up turning you on your family. You might end up doing unimaginable things that you never thought you would be able to do because you need the money to gamble. You know, sometimes it ranges from the bill money, ranges from money that's in your savings, raising maybe money that could have been sending your kids to college, any type of thing. Money that's not really supposed to be touched, money that's already spoken for a positive thing. But since it's accessible, and since when you get in this state, it's like you see everything as betting money. And when you lose the money that you was like, you know what, I'll just replace it. I'll just take a little bit out of the college fund. I'll just take a little bit out of the savings, and I'll just replace it. It's not going to do anything. But when you lose that, you just keep diving deeper and deeper and deeper into despair. That's what it eventually leaves. And sometimes other people's limits aren't. One person's limit isn't another person's limit. It took him hundreds of thousands of dollars to realize what kind of addiction he had, the magnitude of his addiction. Some people feel like they playing around with just a little bit of money, but to be honest, would it be any different if it was on a bigger scale? Some people might be playing with a few hundred. Some people might be playing with 100,000, a few thousand. Some might be playing with a few 100,000. Some might be playing with the millions. But are they really any different when you look at the big picture? Like, really? Like, when you look at everything, are they really any different? They have the same struggle, just on a different magnitude of money. What difference is there if all they look at it as is monopoly money? And if they all still have stress, millionaires have stress as well. I mean, I think that is because they have so much money. That's a big problem in and of itself. But they go through things too. They can lose a lot of money too, and be down in the dumps too, and still have millions in the bank and still be down in the dumps. Because it's not about the amount of money that you spend. It's about how it makes you feel. It's about that psychological roller coaster that it constantly has you on. Do you seriously want to continuously be exposed to something that really, really puts you in that state of mind all the time? That's the main thing right there. That's the kicker right there. That's what most people don't understand. That's why you can't go and talk to many people about this type of thing, because they won't understand it. They'll laugh at you. They'll joke at you. They'll ridicule you. They'll look at you like you're crazy. Like, how could you do such a thing? No, you're not responsible. Well, in order to avoid ridicule, one would seclude themselves. And those are the darkest times. Like, imagine losing this amount of money, maybe losing everything that you've worked for in your life in one night. Not to saying that's what it was in the story of a one night or a course of a week or whatever, but losing all of that, feeling down in the dumps, feeling horrible about yourself to the point where you just almost don't even want to live no more. And then, with all that going on, Think of feeling that way and having nobody to turn to. Nobody that's willing to take you seriously. Or just having people to turn to, but feeling like they won't understand and they might just make fun of you, or just be just like everybody else. So you don't even give them a chance because you don't even want to know them to know that they're embarrassed. You're gonna feel like embarrassed to tell them what you've done. You see what I mean? So you're going through all that, but you can see that's the power of this addiction. You can even have people that's in your corner, that's willing, that probably don't understand, but willing to talk to you about it, that's willing to be there for you. But because you're putting up such a psychological blockade, and that you're using it as a defense mechanism so you can avoid ridicule and being talked about harshly, that you won't even, you can't even do anything about it. That's the power of this addiction. So you can even have people that care about you and you still won't even seek their help. In that case, your segregation is self-inflicted. And it's sad. But this needs to change. Because this could have gone a whole nother way. This man lived to tell this tale. This man has he's learned his lesson. And he's trying to help out the youth. A lot of people don't make it. So it's just something to think about. But anyway, it's Noto Addiction speaking here. If this video resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, click that like button, go ahead and comment on and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop a video. And remember guys, a gambler never wins until they quit. I'm out.
I'm all out of favors. Don't ask for nothing, had enough. They driving me crazy. And all I did was show them love. They turning to haters. As soon as I would tell them no, don't ask for nothing, had enough. And all I did was show them love. I did so much stuff for some people, they came up and now they never will admit it. They took all advantage of me.